Some culinary creations are not only about the ingredients and techniques but also about time, experience, and a deep understanding of flavor. These dishes require years of practice, attention to detail, and mastery of complex cooking techniques to truly perfect. Here are 10 iconic dishes that take years to master. 1. Ramen. Ramen may seem simple at first glance, but the process of perfecting the broth, noodles, and toppings is an art form. The balance of flavors, textures, and temperatures takes years of refinement. Master chefs dedicate their lives to perfecting the broth, which can be made from chicken, pork, or seafood and requires slow simmering for hours to extract maximum flavor. 2. Biryani. A fragrant and flavorful rice dish, biryani is beloved across South Asia. The perfect biryani requires carefully cooked rice, marinated meat, and a blend of spices that must be perfectly balanced. Each region has its own unique take, but mastering the timing and layering of flavors is a skill that takes years of experience. 3. Beef Wellington. The beef Wellington is a dish that has become a symbol of culinary excellence. It involves wrapping a tender piece of beef in layers of mushroom dussels, prosciutto, and puff pastry. Achieving the perfect balance of tender meat, crispy pastry, and flavorful mushroom filling requires precision, and it can take years to master without overcooking the beef or creating soggy pastry. 4. Sushi. Making sushi is much more than rolling fish in rice. Mastering the art of sushi, particularly in Japan, requires years of training, beginning with learning to make the perfect sushi rice. A sushi chef needs to have a deep understanding of fish quality, cutting techniques, and the right balance of flavors, texture, and presentation. Some chefs spend a decade before they are allowed to make nigiri for customers. 5. Quasons. The iconic French croissant is a pastry that requires delicate folding, precise timing, and a mastery of butter to dough ratios. The process of making the dough, known as pâte and achieving the flaky, buttery layers inside can take years to perfect. The slightest misstep can lead to a tough or undercooked croissant. 6. Paella. This Spanish dish from Valencia has a rich history and requires careful attention to the combination of rice, stock, saffron, and seafood or meat. The secret to the perfect paella lies in the cooking technique, especially the creation of a crispy crust, called socarrat, at the bottom of the pan. Achieving the ideal flavor profile and texture can take years of trial and error. 7. Chocolate soufflé. A chocolate soufflé seems simple. A baked, fluffy dessert with a molten center. However, the secret to perfecting this dish lies in mastering the egg whites, the timing of baking, and the right amount of chocolate. Too much heat can deflate it, while too little can leave it undercooked. Achieving that perfect rise and smooth texture requires precision and practice. 8. Sauerbraten. Sauerbraten, a German pot roast, takes days to prepare as the meat needs to marinate for several days before it is slowly braised to tender perfection. The balance of spices, marination, and slow cooking is what elevates this dish. Mastering it involves knowing how to adapt the recipe depending on the cut of meat used and achieving the perfect tenderness and flavor balance. 9. Peking duck. Peking duck is a traditional Chinese dish that requires precision to perfect. The duck must be marinated and air-dried for hours, then roasted to achieve crispy skin and tender meat. The preparation of the duck, the sauce, and the pancakes requires years of practice to get the ideal texture and flavor combination. 10. Risotto. Risotto, a creamy Italian rice dish, may appear simple but requires constant attention and precise timing. The rice must be cooked slowly, gradually absorbing stock while being stirred to create the perfect creamy consistency. The balance of flavors, particularly with additions like mushrooms, seafood, or saffron, takes years of culinary expertise to master. These dishes are not just about following a recipe, they are about understanding ingredients, techniques, and timing. While they may seem daunting at first, with dedication and patience, even the most complex dishes can be perfected over time, making them a true testament to the art of cooking.